Raising Kings, a space where single mothers raising young Black men come to heal, grow, and lead with power. We're not just raising boys, we're raising kings. Hosted by Jennifer Tolliver, a mother, mentor, and warrior in the fight for generational change. Let's get to work.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another amazing episode of the Raising Kings podcast. Today, I am honored to introduce a guest whose work resonates deeply with our mission here. Kam Kashani, SSD, known as the spiritual surgeon, holds a doctorate in spirituality and has made it her life's mission to help women identify and heal their wounds while fully embodying their authentic power. Kam, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Jennifer.
I'm so excited for you to be here.
Cool.
So let's kind of start from the beginning. What was the moment in your life, that pivotal moment that set you on the path to becoming the spiritual surgeon?
Yeah, I definitely never thought I would end up on this path. It was actually my divorce. My divorce was about 12 years ago, and it spawned an awakening. I really I went through a major breakdown, a really intense and major breakdown. And, all of the, I'm not enough, there's something wrong with me, what happened, I felt betrayed, I felt hurt, I felt all these things. And at the same time, I had my twin boys that were just 1.5 at that time. Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. And I spiraled for a little while, but at some point I really strongly was like, I don't want to be a victim. I don't want this to be my story. I don't want something that happened to me to define me. I want to use this for my betterment. I want to make myself the best I can be. Let me use this in a way that serves myself, my children, and all of those around me. And so that's when I started doing the work. I started diving deep into my pain, deep into my trauma, deep into all the things that I was avoiding for such a long time, just kind of glossing over and, oh, I'm fine, drinking it away and doing whatever I had to do to not feel. I went head first into all of that. And as I did more and more and more, the layers of the onion kept peeling back and revealing the little girl inside of me that was heartbroken from other things. And I ended up just really creating a very beautiful relationship with my little one.
Yeah.
And leading to a space of full trust, to a space of empowerment, to a space of taking up space.
Yeah.
I never did that before. I was a quiet girl, and I'm now like a loud and proud woman.
It's us now.
I was quite literally the opposite. It's wild, the transformation that I have had. Yeah, it's really all about going deep into the pain. That's what.
Yeah, going deep into it. And that's hard, going through a divorce when your kids are young, because I went through mine when my daughter was 1.5, but that was the reason, for leaving. When I had her, I'm like, absolutely not. She will not grow up and think this is okay. So no. So it's worth it. All right. So you've been nominated 4 times for your work. That's awesome. So what do those recognitions mean to you, and how do they reflect in your purpose?
It's really nice to get that kind of recognition. It feels good for sure, but I don't put much meaning into it. I don't let it define me, and I don't let it throw me off my own pace or my own course. I'm grateful when I do get such recognition and such accolades, of course. That being said, my head remains down and consistent and working and, on to the next. It's really about staying committed to my purpose and allowing myself to be that space where I'm able to witness women come into their full power.
Okay, that's awesome. And so many of our listeners are mothers, like we are, and they're healing while raising children. How did you navigate your healing journey while still showing up in the world?
Yeah, it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy, but I think the best encouragement that I can give any mother that's raising children and on the healing path is you have to give yourself that level of self-love that you give to your children.
Yeah.
Right? You have to commit to showing up for yourself. You are as important, if not more important, than the other people in your life. Because if you're not serving from a full cup, you're giving from empty. This will some point result in either resentment or, projecting something onto your children or doing something you regret in some way, shape, or form. So the way I did it was, first of all, I made sure I had help. Like, I was really blessed that my parents were very involved and helped me. They would help me out with the boys, which was amazing. And having that level of community around you is really important. It makes a big difference. You're not supposed to do it all alone. So, however it could look like, right? And even on the days that I couldn't have somebody help me, I made sure that I set the time aside for myself. I made sure that no matter what, no interruptions, I would turn off my phone and I would go into my little area that I had and I would take care of me. Too many moms are so focused on what's in front of them and not focused on what's inside of them. And this ends up resulting in a lot of pain that you carry around, and then you project this darkness onto your children and help anyone.
Yeah, definitely. I like to tell moms up front, if I'm helping them, like, this is a hard journey. It's not easy. I know in a world of instant gratification, people get into the meat of doing the work, like you said earlier, and then they quit because they thought it was going to be a cakewalk, but it's not, but it's definitely worth it.
It's absolutely worth it.
Yeah.
And also a lesson in deeper self-love. Mothers lose themselves in their children, and there's nothing novel about that. You're not doing anyone any favors by losing yourself in your child. In fact, you're creating a child that's going to be codependent. So you need to really take the time for yourself, have boundaries with yourself, have boundaries with your children, like have boundaries with your family, everyone around you, and show the example to your children that you are worthy of taking care of yourself, and they will end up emulating that in their life.
Definitely. And there's boundaries everywhere in the world, like land, at work. I don't know why we don't understand that we need them for ourselves as well. So excellent point.
Absolutely.
And you talk a lot about helping women embody their power. So what does that look like, in actual practice?
It's a great question because we have yet to be shown a woman who is truly in her divine feminine power. We've been shown powerful women in different ways, right? Powerful women at work, powerful women at home, powerful women doing whatever, but we have not been shown a woman embodying her power fully.
Right.
We have this skewed perception of what a powerful woman is. We think that a powerful woman is supposed to be a CEO or is supposed to be a billionaire or is supposed to be this, superwoman or whatever. No, the power isn't out there. The power is about what you do. It isn't about your family. It isn't about anything. It's about you honoring and loving yourself at such a deep, authentic level that you show up that way in life.
Right.
So we don't see women like that. We might see pieces, but we don't see the whole picture, right? So what my teachings are is really allowing women to connect to what is the true power of a woman, the way that we were created to be, not the way that we were conditioned to be. What does that look like? How does that feel? Find that connection inside yourself, because she does exist inside of you 100%, even if you've lost some connection. Like really connecting with that part in yourself and doing different practices, embodiment practices, meditations, journalings, healing, whatever the trauma is in the way of you really connecting with that, so that you can begin to embody that on your leisure, at your frequency, anytime you want. You can just be her, which is the real you.
Yeah, that's so awesome that you said that, because I never thought about it in that way, because we only see examples of powerful women, and they're powerful because of the things they do for other people. Like you said, CEOs and boss business ladies and everything, but we don't see anyone have that power exclusively for themselves first, and then it exudes out that way.
Exactly.
I never thought of that. That's awesome.
Like, I am just as powerful on stage speaking to a bunch of people as I am sitting on my couch and not doing anything. Or it doesn't waver just because I'm not doing boss shit at the moment. Like, I'm just as powerful, I'm just as beautiful, I'm just as amazing sitting on my couch and just doing nothing and taking care of me.
Yeah.
So this is like this is the stuff. It's not new. This is actually what we used to know thousands of years ago, but this is the new consciousness that's coming through now, so that women can really begin to remember that, because their bodies remember this on some level. Like our DNA is coded to remember the truth, even if our minds have been hijacked.
Yeah. And I can definitely feel the change coming. And I'm like, finally, because my anxiety's through the roof. I'm like, what the heck is going on? But I think
Oh yeah, there's a lot of change coming.
yeah, that's so exciting. What a time to be alive.
Absolutely.
All right, so how do you define emotional and spiritual wounds, and how can we begin to recognize them in ourselves?
Yeah, so wounding is a really interesting concept, because it's like it's not just your wounds, it's the wounds of your parents
Right.
that you're here with as well, right? So from the moment we're conceived, we are given a program of our mother and our father's wounds. Okay. And let's stick with the maternal side right now. Like your mother and her mother's mother and my mother and her mother's mother, and continuing down that lineage,
Yes.
there's a lot of I'm not enough.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big, big wound of I'm not enough. So you're conceived as this little thing inside of your mother's womb, and you already believe you're not enough. Then you're born, and society conditions you with a whole bunch of other ways of there's something wrong with you and you're not enough. Your body's supposed to look like this. You're not supposed to age. You're supposed to always have a smile on your face. You're supposed to have this kind of job. You're supposed to make this kind of money. You're supposed to be what you're not, is the
Right.
message that we're getting, right? Like who you are as you are is not enough. So these are some of the wounds that are so deeply embedded into women, and it's so much so that it's almost like you can't see without it. It's like these lenses that we have on, and we can only see through those lenses.
Right.
So it takes work. This is not something that you can just be like, oh no, I'm enough, it's done, right? No, this takes a lot of work, a lot of really deep work to peel back the layers of the onion as it relates to these types of wounds. So it's the I'm not enough, I don't deserve it, there's something wrong with me. And every woman, I mean, think about it. You wake up in the morning, you look at yourself in the mirror, and your eyes are trained to go to your quote unquote flaws.
Yeah.
Whoever said that they were flaws?
Exactly.
Why were we programmed to believe that if I have a wrinkle, or if I have a zit, or if I have a little extra weight, that it's a flaw? Like, this wasn't the case before.
Right.
This is all programming for us to not be in our power, because when women are conditioned to believe there's something wrong with them, their energy goes towards that, and it's taken away from their power, and they're easily controlled.
And I think the proof of that is like most women, the majority of women believe that they're not enough. So if that's a common truth, then it has to be a lie. If everyone believes that they're not enough, and it's got to be programming, especially if it's a lie, it's got to be. So definitely.
Yep. It's all one big friggin' lie.
Okay. And with that, so women raised in environments where power is viewed as, a masculine, or them being aggressive, how do we reclaim that power in a healthy way, or so-called feminine way, if you will?
Yeah, so this is the beauty of the frequency of the divine feminine. The divine feminine is a incredibly large consciousness, right? She is something, like I said, she lives inside of us, and she lives all around us. So in order for us to recalibrate to what real power is, as opposed to the power that we've been taught to believe, I always encourage people to work with the divine feminine. And you do that through various ways. You can do it through meditation. You can do it through journaling. You can do it through dancing. You can do it through embodiment. You can do it through just, there's so many different methods and so many different ways to connect to her. Like, my favorite way of doing it is literally just closing my eyes. I have a hand on my heart, a hand on my solar plexus, and I ask for her to come forward. And I'm able to connect with her. I talk to her, and she becomes me. I call her in. Before I go on stage, I call her in, and I show up as her. Before I do a podcast, I show up as her. Before I, do anything where I want that human part of me, that ego part of me, to be a little bit more quiet, I call her in. And like I said, she is me. She is you. She's not separate. It's an energy. It's a frequency that you attune to. So if women begin to do that regularly, consistently connect with her, talk to her, embody her, they'll begin to remember what real power feels like instead of what their mind has told them. Our bodies are actually so much more powerful than our minds, but we're given all the credit to our minds, but our bodies literally hold thousands and thousands, if not millions of years of DNA. Connecting to that is incredibly empowering.
Yeah, especially, when you're dealing with those millions of years of trauma, also that you definitely need to tap into that divine feminine source.
Absolutely.
And just for a personal question, when you're channeling the divine feminine, I don't think the word is masculine, but I know my divine feminine shows up pretty fierce. It's kind of like I'm afraid to fully, and I don't know if that's been from being a single mother so long. Maybe I've adopted more of a protective element in that, or so-called masculine energy, but it doesn't feel what I've been taught what feminine should be. It's like way more powerful and protective.
Absolutely. You nailed it.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly what it is. And it can be scary because we fear our own power.
Yes.
We are so powerful and we are afraid of that, you know? Because if we are all powerful, then there's no one else to blame in life but ourselves.
Yeah.
It's like, it's this full sense of massive, radical self-responsibility for every single thing in your life that has shown up. Even experiences as a child, your soul has called in. There's nothing like, there is no victim. It's really, that's another program.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, being connected to that level of power can definitely bring up a lot of fears, and that's okay. Do it in doses. Do it in doses and begin to give yourself a little more, a little more, a little more, a little more until you come into that space of this is fucking awesome. I want to stick.
Yeah. And do you think the environment that you're in also plays a part in being able to release that divine feminine, your surroundings, or should it not matter once in good practice of...
I don't give a shit.
Okay, I got some work to do.
I honestly, that's such a beautiful question that you asked, because this is something I did personally battle at one point and was like, wait, can I show up this powerfully? Isn't that going to trigger these people? Isn't that going to make other people feel whatever? And I had to sit with myself and remind myself that is not my responsibility. I'm not going to sell my life short because somebody can't handle me in my power.
Yeah.
I'm not going to betray myself because of that, right? So doesn't matter who's around. Doesn't matter if they have a problem with it. They're not my people.
Yeah.
They're not my people. And, a lot of men can get triggered by it, right? And it's not because they don't want a powerful woman. It's because it means they need to grow up and they need to stand in their full power to be able to hold yours.
Yeah.
Right? And awesome. They'll either step up to the plate and accept the invitation and go fully in, or they need to leave.
Yep.
That's it. You got to love yourself that much that you'll be okay with that.
Yeah, that's so dope. I see that as like the highest form of where I'm trying to get at. I'll be signing up for your program. But speaking of that, so your program, it's called Fuck Your Programming, and it's bold, and I love it. So what inspired this title, and what can people expect from it?
Beautiful. Yeah. So Fuck Your Programming is an 8-week program, and it's a revolutionary system to deprogram self-doubt. And what inspired it was witnessing so much self-doubt. And myself, every time I step up, every time I come out of my comfort zone, I experience self-doubt as well. And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why do we let this little gremlin come and take over and begin to tell us our experience? And it's not even true. Like, it's none of the doubt is real.
Yep. So
the name Fuck Your Programming is really like, fuck the programming system. Fuck what we've been told. Fuck every single one of these people that tries to make us believe that we are less than. All of it. Let's all say fuck you together, come together, remember our power, do this really beautiful methodical process that me and my business partner have created in this program. And you will really begin to release these elements of self-doubt and come into your queen frequency, come into your divine feminine, reconnect with your inner child, release the bondages of the family lineage. There's all these different aspects that we have in our program that are really, really powerful, and we're very much excited about it.
Yeah, I see you guys have like coaching calls and videos. It's like a full, complete program. The like list of what you get is extremely long.
Yeah, you get a lot. It's
Yeah.
$122 for 8 weeks. Like it's kind of a steal, and we're not necessarily going to do it at this price again. This is us like putting it out there for the first time. You know, we're going to learn in the process as well, but it's
sign up for the beta version now, or you're going to be sorry.
Exactly.
I'm already inspired just by the interview, so I'm like, yes, I want to scream, fuck you, to all the programs. I'm already.
I love it. Hell yeah.
Okay, so in your opinion, what are the most dangerous programs women carry, especially those who are mothers?
For mothers, you know, probably the one that comes forward is I'm not doing it right.
Okay.
You know, like a mother will question how she's mothering, and then she will be told she's not mothering right. Don't do that to your child. Don't do this to your child. You're doing what you know how to do.
Right.
And to have any guilt or shame associated with that is just going to cause a deeper sense of disconnection with your child, right? So it's like having a very deep level of self-compassion. You're doing your best. And at the same time, if you can commit to a practice of making yourself better, all of us can be better, right? Then you're really, really, really showing up the best you absolutely positively.
Yeah.
But to question yourself along the way, or to think that you're doing it wrong, or you could be doing better or whatever, that's not serving anybody. And your child feels that energy, and they end up adopting that energy in life, thinking they're not doing something right.
Definitely. So with your MBA and doctorate in spirituality, which is really awesome, you blended business, spirituality, and healing. So from what you learned, what daily practices can busy women start doing right now to reconnect with their spiritual selves?
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, a spiritual practice is, first of all, absolutely essential, especially with all of the overwhelming things that can be going on in the world. We want to really be in a space of being centered. Being centered in ourselves and being in our power, and therefore disconnecting from whatever's happening in the world because you can't control it anyways.
Yeah.
And what I always recommend, first of all, obviously, is a meditation type of practice, right? And it doesn't have to be long, doesn't have to be that. When I first started meditating over 10 years ago, I started with 1 minute at a time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Just to be able to start to do it. Because if I would sit there and be like, okay, I got to meditate for 20 minutes. Oh my God, but I can't even turn my mind off.
Yeah.
How are you going to be able to do that?
It's like a muscle.
But yeah. So I started with 1 minute, then led it up to 3 minutes, and then 5 minutes, and then I got to 10 minutes. And it became like brushing my teeth. Like I had to do it in order to do good. And that's what happens. It's just habit, right?
Yeah.
In addition to that, something really beautiful is any type of movement that incorporates moving your hips. So put on a song on your phone, and when you're cooking dinner or when you're in the house or whatever, just like start moving your hips and dancing and connect to that beautiful feminine. Moving your hips activates your feminine essence. It's very, very important. And the most important one that I already spoke about is connecting with the divine feminine frequency. You do that in meditation. You do that however feels best for you. You can do it when you're dancing too. You can call in her energy and embody her and just let yourself be sensual and beautiful and loving you.
Wow. That's awesome. All right, Kam, almost done. So can you leave us with a mantra, affirmation, or quote that reflects your mission, or just one of your favorite ones to use?
Oh, that's great. So I actually just created an affirmation for myself in the past couple months that that relates to trust.
Okay.
Because trust is so important, and it's kind of a loaded word, right? You're like, I don't trust this guy. I don't trust that person. I don't trust the process. I don't trust myself, you know? Yeah. And what I've learned is that when we don't trust life and when we don't trust the process, what we're really not trusting is ourselves. We're not trusting that no matter what happens, we will be able to handle it. We will be able to show up. We will be okay.
Yeah.
So you're selling yourself short, right? So the affirmation is, I trust myself, I trust my body, and I trust life. And the body part of it is really, really important because, again, women have been programmed to believe that something's wrong with their bodies, right? And our bodies hold so much wisdom in them. And as soon as we have a little bit of anxiety, it's like, oh my God, what's wrong? How do I get rid of that? Instead of tuning into it and being like, oh, hi, anxiety. Thank you so much for showing up. Can you please share with me why you're here? What can I do to begin to move this energy? Or what is it that I'm not paying attention to? Like if we're attuned to our bodies, or we speak to our headache, or we speak to anything.
Yeah.
It shows up. That's what I do. As soon as I have pain that shows up, I speak to it. I connect with it. I ask, what can I do? What's going on? How can I begin to move this out of my body? Not with any blame or, oh my God, get this off of me or give me this pill or whatever. It's connecting. So
that's so awesome that I think you just like helped my personal anxiety with a whole lot by the two things you just said, which are like trusting yourself, because I think that's the root of anxiety.
Yes.
Being worried about everything that's coming and you don't trust yourself to be able to handle those things no matter what they are. That, and then talking to the anxiety. So it's like when I feel it, it's like I run like, no, and then you do whatever you do to cope, which isn't always healthy. So fronting it head on, just like anything else, in the world that you would want to be successful at, or form some type of compromise, that's definitely a great idea. I'm going to start doing that tonight. As soon as they come, like, hey, what's up, anxiety? What's going on?
That's it. Connect to it, connect, give it a voice. Yeah. And you'll be amazed at what comes forward.
That's so awesome. Well, I've already been helped so much in like 30 minutes. So, where can our audience connect with you so they can get the same, this is only 30 minutes. We have 8-week programs. So where can they find you and how can they join the program?
Yeah, so if you are on Instagram, that's probably the easiest way. I'm at Kam_Kashani, Kamkashani, and all the information about the 8-week program. And we're also doing a free masterclass on anxiety called Fuck Your Anxiety. In 2 weeks, we're doing a free masterclass. So that would be super helpful. And the link that's showing up right now, that is the link for the 8-week program.
Awesome. And so we can find the anxiety, Fuck Your Anxiety,
on my Instagram. You'll find it there. It's in my bio.
All right. Just so we have it there. Well, thank you so much for showing up. I know you got to get back to your babies and the weekend. So thanks for coming. This has been an awesome conversation. And I cannot wait to sign up for the Fuck Your Anxiety program and also your 8-week program. So guys, get in tune.
Super excited to have you. Thank you for having me here. This was awesome.
No problem. Have a great day.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Thank you very much.
Kashani. I kind of like cash. That's kind of fun, but
right.
It's Kashani.
Sorry, guys. We'll edit that out. You're good.
That's great. ANI.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Anxiety. What do you want right now?
ANI.
Oh, my God.
Oh, this is funny.
All right.
It's all good.
Okay. Let's see.
Kash. There it is. You got it.
There we go. Woohoo. Thank you so much for your patience on that.
Oh, no problem. Of course. Don't even worry about it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for showing